Hey, welcome to EPN. I'm Victor Lucas. I am deep in the heart of E3 2019, and I am going to spiel off a bunch of thoughts on games that I've had some contact with, whether they've been demos that have been played for me or I've gotten some hands-on play. Lots of games here at E3 2019. Let's get started with your rundown. All right, one of the big games of the show, obviously, is Activision's Call of Duty Modern Warfare. They're going to have a very controversial single-player campaign. I think it's commendable that they're trying to evoke some real feelings of the devastation of war. They're trying to make it much grittier, much more realistic. I'm excited to jump into it. I appreciate the ambition of Infinity Ward, and I also got some hands-on play with multiplayer, which was incredibly incongruous and didn't make sense in contrast to the single-player that I played. I don't know how both sides of the equation or all sides of the Call of Duty equation are gonna, jibe when Modern Warfare comes out, but I am absolutely very curious to see and play. And I gotta tell you, I've been a long-time Call of Duty fan right from the beginning, so I trust that this is gonna be entertaining and unique, which I think is cool.
Going dark.
Also was very surprised to see something that no one's going to be talking about. It's a game called Biomutant, which I saw on the floor. THQ Nordic is bringing this game out. Terrible name, but you play kind of like this rocket raccoon kind of character with an arsenal and a slashing blade weapon, and you can jump into mechs and you fight all of these different mutated beasts, and it's got a great aesthetic. I was very impressed. It almost reminded me of like a Ratchet and Clank meets Rocket Raccoon kind of vibe. I am intrigued. I definitely want to check out more of Biomutant, and I hope THQ Nordic changes the name. Another game which kind of evoked a little bit of Ratchet and Clank for me, and I was surprised by this, was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. You play as this Jedi with this cute little droid named BD-1. You've got some incredible hack and slash abilities as this Jedi with the lightsaber, and it was designed by veterans of the God of War franchise. So when I played the game, even though observing the demo when we watched it on the big screen at EA Play, it kind of leaves you like you're watching, something you've seen a million times before. When you're actually controlling the character, the feeling brought out a sense of elation. I felt so powerful and so badass, using force push and force pull, jumping and flipping over bad guys, trying to avoid the big sort of K2SO-like droids, swooping, swooshing arms and jump around that, and stormtroopers with flamethrowers and things. Love seeing Forrest Whitaker in there as Saw Gerrera.
Who are you?
I am super jazzed about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I think it's going to be phenomenal. It felt fantastic.
Watch yourself in there.
Now, I saw the demo for the Avengers, and I was, went in with lots of nervous anticipation. I wanted to be blown away, and I truly was. I found out in my interview with Scott Amos yesterday that the game has got kind of linear areas as well as a little bit more wide open areas where you can kind of jump back and forth between the heroes. In the linear type areas, they're kind of pushing a story at us, and they want us to jump and play as different characters at specific moments to help advance the story. God, Crystal Dynamics really knows how to tell a story in video game form, and it was propulsive and explosive and exhilarating, and I love the ability of being able to jump into the boots of every one of the team members, flying around as Iron Man, picking up some of the bad guys and just thrashing them all over the place as the Hulk, hurling the hammer as Thor, and watching the electrified hammer just, stick people to walls and stuff. And then Black Widow's got like this invisibility cloak, and she can get around bad guys and, power punch them with the electric fists and stuff. Just phenomenal. And of course, Cap with the shield, all that stuff. I think it's going to be phenomenal.
What are we waiting for?
I got a live playthrough demo of Lego Star Wars, which unfortunately we don't have a lot of footage for. They've just sort of flashed on a couple of trailer bits and stuff like that. And this is Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, so it has all 9 movies, right from The Phantom Menace all the way to The Rise of Skywalker. And you're going to be able to play key particular sequences, but you're going to be able to land on all of the planets that have been shown throughout all of these different movies. And it's all about freedom and exploration. The camera has been positioned differently. It's going to play different. It's going to feel different than other Lego titles out there. And what they showed, that was clearly evident. What they've teased in trailers, I don't know if you can really see that. Can't freaking wait for Lego Star Wars, and that comes out after the movie in 2020. At Bandai Namco, I checked out a few games. One of them is being published by Double Fine, which is now owned by Microsoft. It's called Rad, and it's kind of like Zombies Ate My Neighbors. It's kind of a 90s kind of vibe. It's a melee type of game with all kinds of cool power-ups and radical type of soundtrack and lots of crazy characters.
The child shows promise.
I played some Code Vein, and I think the challenge there is that the Dark Souls franchise is so prevalent and prominent and influential. We've played games that have that Souls type of vibe and experience, many games that just do it in a more fulfilling way than Code Vein did in my hands-on, but I did like the look and the aesthetic of the game. I thought it was pretty damn cool. I also checked out the Dark Pictures anthology Man of Medan, and this is another horror movie video game, not unlike Supermassive's last big one, which was Until Dawn. It's a bunch of young people being terrorized by what looks like pirates, and then all kinds of creepy supernatural stuff starts filtering in. I was actually quite captivated. I just got a little glimpse. I definitely want to review this one when it comes out later this summer.
Ready to go?
In the Devolver area, I got some hands-on time with the Fall Guys, which is a hilarious game where you play as these big, giant, mascot-looking characters that have to play in this game show, and they're getting pulverized by all kinds of squishy playground equipment. I enjoyed myself very much, and part of that was playing it in a candy-colored room that was filled with all kinds of toddler equipment and beanbag chairs. It looks incredibly silly and funny and accessible and charming, and I think this is one that my kid and I are going to have some laughs with. Now, over at Capcom, I played a little bit of Monster Hunter World Iceborn, and what they've got in terms of new equipment is this awesome Capture Claw, which I was just completely spamming, and a Capture Claw basically allows you to, it's like a hook shot or something. It allows you to throw it at the monsters and zip up to the different beasts, and then you can hack and slash. I had a great time with this. I was playing with 3 other players. One of them was Yahtzee, of all people. He was sitting beside me. We were getting destroyed by this giant beast. I fainted many times and had to catch up with my party. I felt so terrible that I was letting my team down, but it was fun toppling this giant creature, this kind of beaver with antlers, giant beaver with antlers. I don't know. I can't describe it. Those Monster Hunter people are crazy. I think this is going to be a blast, and Monster Hunter World fans, man, they've got hundreds and hundreds of new hours of content to enjoy right there. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for our rundown today. That's about all the games that I could remember. Expect a whole flood of new titles tomorrow. I'm getting hands-on with lots of good things today. I'm spending many hours with Ubisoft and Nintendo, so we'll have lots to talk about tomorrow. Make sure you come back, and until then, play forever.